My sister-in-law got a miracle baby and went crazy, demanding that I don't let my baby into her wedding because the only baby that should be getting attention is hers. And when I said no, she pulled this crazy move and tried to kidnap my daughter. Now guess who's spending their wedding day at the jail? I've been married to my husband Lucas for the past 5 years. We met through a blind date set up by our mutual friends. I have to admit I was a bit skeptical about the whole idea of a blind date at first. The thought of meeting someone I knew nothing about and trying to make a connection seemed daunting. But from the moment I met Lucas, there was something between us that just clicked. What started as a casual evening turned into something much more significant as we began spending more time together. It became clear that we shared a connection that went beyond the surface. There was a natural ease in our conversations, a comfort in each other's presence, and a growing list of things that we found in common. It didn't take long for both of us to realize that what we had was special. Our relationship quickly grew from casual outings to something deeper and more meaningful. We started talking about our hopes, dreams, and the future that we wanted to build together. Eventually, after months and months of dating, we decided to take the next step and get married. Surrounded by our closest family and friends, we pledged our lives to each other in a heartfelt ceremony. Our wedding day was filled with so much love and joy. I can still recall every detail of the day, the look in Lucas's eyes as I walked down the aisle, his brother Kyle cheering us on as his best man, the laughter of our family and friends, and the feeling of pure happiness that enveloped us that day. Truly, it stands as one of the happiest days of my life, a moment when everything felt right, and the love we had for each other was celebrated in the most beautiful way. Right from the start, both Lucas and I had always wanted children. From the early days of our relationship, we had discussed becoming parents, and it was a dream we both shared deeply. We imagined a future filled with the sounds of little feet running through the house, the laughter of children filling the rooms, and the joy of nurturing and guiding a new life together. However, as much as we longed for it, the journey to parenthood turned out to be much more challenging than we ever anticipated. For what felt like an eternity, we tried everything to get pregnant but were unsuccessful. We meticulously tracked my ovulation, planning every aspect with hope and anticipation. We made significant lifestyle changes, and both of us gave up drinking and smoking habits we knew could affect our chances. We committed to regular exercise, becoming almost religious in our approach to fitness. We also took a hard look at our diet, making sure we were eating all the right things to create the best possible conditions for conception. But despite all our efforts, the result was always the same. Month after month, we were met with disappointment. We couldn't understand why it wasn't happening for us when we were doing everything right. Eventually, we decided to seek medical advice. We both got thoroughly checked out, hoping for some kind of explanation or solution. But when the results came back, the doctors told us that there was nothing wrong with either of us. They said everything looked perfectly normal and that sometimes it just takes time. Their advice was to be patient and trust that the process would work someday. Hearing that was both a relief and a source of frustration. On one hand, it was comforting to know that there wasn't an underlying issue preventing us from conceiving. On the other hand, being told to just wait and see felt so uncertain. Patience, as they say, is a virtue, but it's not an easy one to practice when you're waiting for something you want so desperately. Lucas and I continued to dream about the day that I would finally see that positive pregnancy test and how we would celebrate that moment. As luck would have it, last year, our patience finally paid off. It started with me missing my period, which wasn't entirely unusual. But then I began to feel sick in the mornings, and at first, I didn't think much of it. Life was busy, and I just brushed it off as stress or maybe a little bug. But then my best friend Vivian heard about my symptoms. She immediately sensed something I hadn't dared to believe yet and rushed over to my place with a handful of pregnancy tests. When she showed up at my door with those kits, my heart started racing. Could this really be happening? As I ripped open the first kit, both Vivian and I were shaking with excitement. I was already